Wow, folks, what an incredible season finale of Snowfall. And we promise you we had something special, and you can just look. I don't even have to say anything. And it's crazy thinking back 1 year ago, well, maybe not actually a year, but the last finale of last season, to think that here we are again, ready to have some fun, ready to toss some Snowfall with two stars of the show. Finally, we got the two together, the best mothers on Snowfall, bar none.
Yes.
Welcome back, Christine, and welcome, Taylor. This is Black Diamond in Dallas, folks. How y'all doing tonight?
Yes, I'm amazing. Thanks for having us, and I'm so glad the timing worked out because I told my publicist, I was like, see if Taylor, we can get Taylor so we can be all together. Because I mean, like, we're freaking frack. We gotta just be together.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What a finale. Before we even get into it, what did you all think, man? This is a crazy season, but the finale, some major moves have been made. You two being the catalyst of it. Talk to me.
I think we're the catalyst. we're aiding. We're just there.
Well, we are down. One thing you clearly have learned about Dallas and Black Diamond, just call us. We're very reliable. We're very responsible. I'm serious. Like, I know we got right. I know we got a bad rap for like working for the highest bidder, but look, money talks. It's about business.
There you go.
But just know when you invest in us, you're gonna get a high return on your investment. We will be there at the drop of a dime.
Professional.
So, well, but honestly, we were talking right before you hit record, like, even though we have the script and we read it, it's something totally different to see how it all comes together. Because again, for viewers who are watching who don't know, like, we're not there for every scene, right? So we can read it, but don't know how, like Alonso Alvarez, amazing freaking director, Luis, who assisted him as cinematographer, like the Taylor, these shots this season, shooting through shopping carts,
Alonso is insane in the best way.
I mean, there are so many epic. This is like an Emmy Award-winning episode between the cinematography, the directing, and the acting, in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
profound. It changes the trajectory of the show. This is the episode that, next season, the beginning of the end. This is setting the pace for what season 6 is about to be about, which I guess is mayhem and chaos.
Yes,
clearly it's mayhem.
I'm about to say with Black Diamond and Dallas, who will be mayhem and chaos, as we see by the end of this episode.
Yep.
Again, one thing we had brought up last season that we just love you two's characters and what you represented. As we said before, like, you represent shooters for hire, but you also represented to me two extremely strong females on the show that aren't treated like the typical female we get on a lot of these shows. You two are treated as extremely strong characters, extremely reliable characters, along with being great mothers, great mothers on Snowfall. But everything you all represent on the show is, to me, the force of the show. How do you all, when you read the script, when you read how these characters are going to play out, how did that first come across to you?
I'll speak for myself, and I know Taylor and I have had our own private conversations together, and I don't know if I shared this last season, but fun fact, Taylor and I both auditioned for opposite roles.
Yeah.
And at the final hour, they were like, can you swap? We think it would be a swap. And here we are. But, I think for me, and again, private conversations Taylor and I have had together along with the writers, what I didn't want was to make this a caracature of any kind. Or stereotypical. I mean, people can get mad. I mean, look, we read the comments, we read the blogs and the Black Twitter, right? So we know people have opinions, but at the end of the day, like, this was real. Like, women were doing this. They were actively in this also. And so how can we bring this story and tell its truth? And I love that this season you got to see different layers, like getting to see it as mothers, as being, frustrated, having our happy moments, but yeah, that's the main thing I want to say. Like, just bringing truth to the story. along with some comic relief moments, as well as, you know, just reality.
Yeah. I really appreciate, like you said, the women are shown in a very strong way. And I remember when I got the audition, just reading about stripper, bounty hunter, I was like, oh God, I don't want to be, I don't want to be over sexualized. I don't want this. And with a stripper, you don't know which way it could go. But they have done such a tasteful job, I think, in sticking to the main story of we are killers. And I love strong feminine roles, and they definitely are. And they it's no if and buts about it. They are strong. They are mothers. They are killers. And it's very fun.
And what I love too, especially that episode where we have our kids and they see us and they talking about when y'all used to work at, and we're like, what? No, you like, and we got to show love to, Outcast and Big Boy for sure in that episode. But it's not that stripping was our only identity.
Exactly.
Also, like it was a means to an end. Hell, I mean, when we were talking with Janine Daniels, the writer from the season 4, we talked about a backstory of them possibly have being nurses before, and then they stopped nursing because they made more money stripping. It wasn't that they loved stripping. It was just, it made more money. We got kids and we got, we want to provide for our families. So
yeah. Let's take a step back to season 4. Now it's good to know that you all watch our reviews, if that's what you were saying, in Black Twitter. But when you saw the reception,
Taylor put me on to Black Twitter. Taylor put me on.
I be seeing what y'all say. The Snowfall are ride or die, but they are crazy. The notions, like you said, when we read the script, it's one thing, and then to see the episode, but then to see how the audience reacts to stuff, it's like I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. So I mean, in our due diligence, just to make sure we can interact with our audience, we take a look at social media, the Black Twitters, the YouTube comments and whatnot. And before we met Christine, who's part of the family, now you're part of the family now too. So there's nothing biased about this statement, but we were very high on your two's characters, and we said, oh, we want more. And so did we went and searched the internet. Everybody was like, no, we want more. And I thought that was such a telling thing, because in traditional, characters like that are one-offs. You're like, oh, they got a quick joke in there, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I remember their faces from whatever X show, and then they're gone. And then it was like, okay, 1 episode, 2 episodes, okay, 3 episodes. Oh, actually making significant changes in the plot. And then to come back this season bright and early, we was like, wait now. First of all, I'll keep it a buck. Me and Lucas was like, all right, we got a gripe with Christine. Like, she must have knew, because we were sitting there like, man, we hope. We praying every Sunday, hoping, and here you are. But I just want to know, pulling the curtains back just a little bit, when you knew you were coming back for season 5, and when you knew that your character arcs were starting to get bigger and more assertive into the things that were happening, what was the thoughts going on through your heads?
I want to give the audience a little behind the scenes. I didn't know. We don't know anything. And this isn't, and Snowfall is not the only show that operates this way. There's lots of secrecy. The story can go any which way. There were a few moments of this finale that I was like, ooh, they left that wide open for anything to happen. But we'll talk about that later. So no, I mean, in all honesty, with full respect to our network, it could be a couple of weeks before shooting starts, before they check our availability to see if we're available. So they have an idea. The showrunner, the writers, the producers, all, of course, they have an idea. But there's so many other pieces to that puzzle that we are not involved in.
But when we did find out, they're like, hey, you're in the first episode. Okay, great. Then we get it. Oh, you're in the second episode. Okay, wow. By the third one, it was like, okay. This is cool.
Right.
As it progressively kept going, it's like, all right, I see. And I'm just grateful. I'm very grateful that it's grown in this way. And I'm excited to see what I don't know what's going to happen next season.
Let's give it a little bit of extra tea, because me and Taylor will text each other. Whoever got the script first, like me may be busy and I haven't had a chance to read the script. And whoever gets it, we live? We live? We're not there yet? We're not dead yet. Okay, one more episode. That's real. No one is safe on Snowfall. It's our running joke.
No one.
Well,
We show up to our table read. It's all love with the showrunner and our executive producer. Shout out to Dave Andron. But it's just this is the world we live in, and this is the reality of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just honored. I know for me, just every time we get more time to play, you know, and getting to play with Damson and our little trio is really awesome.
And getting deeper into their lives is really cool too. That's pretty rewarding. When we got the kids, I was like, oh yay!
Because we needed to see just a more human side of Black Diamond and Dallas, and we got to see that briefly there. But as you all said, with their backgrounds of being strippers, or what people perceived that we were going to get from them being strippers, instead, it was just a means to an end, which is almost every character in Snowfall has done something for a means to an end before they moved on to something better, greater for themselves. And with this finale, we clearly see you two have moved on to something much better than anything I could have hoped for, because we wanted a spinoff from you two after last season. We said we need a full spinoff because the background was so interesting. And I said there's so many places they could go with these two characters. But now that we've seen this finale and we see where you two are positioned at as technically the real two that Franklin's depending on for more than anything else moving forward in season 6. What is you all's what are you all's feelings about where you see your characters at going into the next season, knowing that at the minimum you're gonna be alive for the first episode?
Hey, wait, hold on. And let me add a little salt and pepper on that too, because the next season is the last season. So you're going into what should be the biggest and best season of Snowfall, knowing that your characters are going to be alongside of Franklin, which is just at this point now can be the most unpredictable thing going forward. He is desperate and you all are ready to go. I don't know what to make of this.
Yeah, you know, we
Me
were talking
neither.
about, right before we came on, we were talking about it. I ran into our showrunner Dave Andron at a party, and he was like, Christine, you're gonna love the finale. I just finished editing it. It's amazing. And I was there with one of my girlfriends who was the star of Last Days of Ptolemy Gray, Charity Jordan. And she said, please don't kill my friend. And he was like, look, I can't make any. This is just a show. So I will at least make it like a speech. You know, there's like a running joke on the show. People make speeches before they die. You know,
definitely
Avi tried this season.
Yeah.
So we'll see. You know, at the end of the day, Taylor and I, we just have fun. We go to work and have
We're
fun.
along for the ride, just like the viewers watching. Because I was a fan of the show before I got on it. So I watch it, of course, like seeing how we did and what we shot. But I'm like, what is going to happen? What is going on?
Yeah.
Me too. So we'll see. We
See.
will all
We will
find out.
see.
So, you know, cash is king. That seems to be the prerogative of you two. But in this episode, the robbing of Louis and Jerome's spots, it didn't come off as a vendetta. It seems more of a job for hire still. So if you can tell us a little bit about you two's characters' psychology here, does anything ever get personal for them two? Or is it always just about the job and the finances behind it?
Good question.
It's always about the money. It is not personal. Black Diamond said that when she apologized to Louis for shooting him.
True.
So I don't know.
Oh yeah, this season too, right?
Yeah.
Louis is the reason why we're alive. Louis could come back and be like, I'm the one who has the situation with Teddy. My money is continuing to flow.
Yeah.
Help us get Franklin. I don't know.
We'll
I
go
don't
work
think
for Louis.
At this point.
she knows it's not personal. She knows none of it is personal.
Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, it is the only thing that is personal is our personal livelihood.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. We'll see. Now that everybody's money's been allocated all around, it's hard to tell who has what. I mean, Louis and Jerome got robbed. Franklin got robbed. I mean, now who knows now? So whoever's the highest bidder, Kane is.
I felt some kind of way. Like I felt watching, I felt Franklin when he was at that phone booth talking to
Yep.
Teddy. Beautifully shot also, again,
Yeah.
shout out to the crew. But I felt him wanting to rip that phone booth out of its socket.
He has
Like,
nothing.
I mean, I really, even though I read it, in hindsight, the performer in me and the perfectionist in me wishes I had seen so much. I wish I saw more of his intensity before we shot some of our scenes together.
Yeah.
Because we were a bit ignorant.
Right. But I think also that plays, it's honest though, because I always say, let's use it as an actor, use the circumstances. So I think the reality is Franklin would not have led us into all of that.
No.
It would just still be a phone call. Hey, I need y'all to do this. I'd be like, shit, okay. Like without all the backstory. But that's just I guess the fan and the.
Hey, and it's one of the best parts of the episode when we see you all pull up in the car. Say, "Oh, we was wondering when we were going to hear from you again." Exactly. It just shows just who Black Diamond and Dallas are. They are guns for hire, and they're just looking like, okay, when's the next job going to come?
Right.
Like, when's our next assignment going to be? Do you all look forward to in possibly season 6? Maybe things change up a little bit. Maybe you officially become part of what he needs to be, his team moving forward, instead of just guns for hire. And if that happens, how do you all feel that would change your characters?
I mean, I would love to see the connections deepen, and you know, of course, we have more responsibility or things, but I think especially how volatile things are right now, if our responsibilities go up, the chances of us getting killed go up. Like the stakes get higher, which is so much fun as an actor to have that to play with. So I would love to do that, and I think it would be really fun to watch and see how it all plays out. I really have no idea what the writers are going to do. We don't know. We have no idea where it's going to go.
But hey, you know, like this season, I had a boyfriend for 1.5.
Hey,
white boy. There was a whole scene that never happened. It was supposed to be a whole hot pool sex scene that got cut. Sorry, fans. But I remember reading the script like, oh, okay.
Yeah, when they pulled up to the mansion and you came out in I think in a robe or something, I was like, wait a minute,
what's going on here?
Did we miss something? He got a whole boyfriend.
made the ultimate come up. I'm like, okay,
right. I will say this, even though we won't know what will happen next season, I think a big adjustment for the fans and for us, honestly, is expect a time lapse. I can't speak for the writers.
Sure.
Yeah. As much as we had a time lapse this season, I feel
months,
like
I think it was about 6 months.
No, we had it was a 15-month. Wasn't it 15 months, Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And but it wasn't on screen. Like you would not have just known.
I feel like we had too much time lapse.
Yeah.
From this season to the next one, I can't see it being that long again.
I hope not, especially as hot as it is, as volatile as it is. So we'll see. But if it happens, just don't be thrown. I mean, we don't know
what Franklin is doing the next day. What's happening?
Right. Yeah. I mean, because Franklin, coming into this season, girlfriend, she's pregnant. It's like, wait, what? What happened? So, you know, and I think like the fans and us, we're very much accustomed to some sort of time jump, but we do know that the show is not going to get into the 90s. So that time jump that frame is a little bit smaller than, you know, than a regular possibility. So, to kind of go again a little bit behind the curtains, can you just talk to us a little bit about some of your favorite moments and your favorite scenes of this season?
I really enjoyed the finale because I like to shoot people on the show.
We didn't get to shoot nobody.
So I'm like, when are we gonna kill somebody? Because it's fun. I have never shot anyone in real life. I don't do that in real life, but it's always fun just to get the action stuff and and the season finale. We did our job. And working with the kids were funny. That was very funny.
Taylor knew exactly what scene. She said, "Oh, when I got to shoot somebody, listen, that was the best time."
Listen, last in season 4, I think episode, don't give me the line, 7 or 8, when we shot up the funeral.
Yep.
That was
We
so
had
dope.
saying, well, you didn't get to shoot nobody, Taylor. That was me and
I was
Jeremy.
driving. Yeah.
But they had to tell us stop smiling because we'd be like, I know you're having fun, but stop.
You know what? They should have kept that in because that would be a sick twist for somebody to do a drive-by and is smiling at you as they're doing it.
We was like, ooh, all this gas in the chamber is great. Taylor, you were driving. Gosh, you know, for me, some of the most fun days on set were when it was a big scene, which took a long time to shoot. But days when we were all together.
Oh yeah,
you know, like when D-Ray was there, and it was just Leon, all the characters.
We weren't at the wedding because I know that was.
We would have been tripping at that wedding. I was a little jealous watching that episode. I was.
Yeah.
It seemed like because we, as a, you know, naturally the group gels, and I'm so grateful we got to join in season 4, but I'm like, gosh, what would it have been like if we joined in season 1? Because we just connect, even though you don't see everybody every day, you're not in the same scenes. The moments where we do, we make the most of it. We have fun, we joke around, you know, like it's just, but when it's action, and we all get to work and have respect for the craft.
Yeah. So. Hold on, Lucas. A little quick follow-up real fast. I just realized something. You two got to be like real tight with the cinematographer because every shot that you all have in introduction is cinematic. It's these panning shots or all types of this scaling. It's like y'all be like, hey, y'all give us the special. Y'all know what we like.
Excited to see us. Listen, Taylor and I, we made good friends with our still photographer. He just loved us, honey. I mean, what can we say, you know?
Yeah.
I will say though, each time me and Christine are at work, we are like anybody else though, we are ready to be at work. We are ready. And it's like, oh, y'all ready before you even say action? Yes.
I love it.
Well, you see that all over your characters, just being prepared for anything that can possibly happen. So I got to ask, and I know you all have no say-so. You've not seen anything for the next season, but in your dream world, where would you like these two characters to go?
Oh, I know my dream world. I would like to help either Franklin or Louis, whatever the opposing, whoever's gonna win. I would like to help them get away and get my money and go buy some mansion in Calabasas for me and my daughter and go do art and go live a happy life.
Okay, so Taylor wants to become a Kardashian by the end of the show. Which
is
a great thing.
I want to get out of the game. I want to get
I love it.
To be alive.
You know, and I don't think Black Diamond will be that far behind. I think it was such an interesting choice in the casting of this. You know, when they first put the breakdown out for these characters, they really described them as these total opposite women, opposite age ranges and looks and all this stuff, but there was a unique bond that bonded them. So I think no matter what happens, it will go down they'll go down together. Whatever happens will happen together. And I like to think everything they've been through, even to the point where they're dropping their kids off to school at the same time. Like there's a level of dedication and loyalty between themselves. They may not be loyal to anyone else, but I think they have a loyalty to each other. So no matter what happens, I almost feel, and I don't, again, making this up, even if the opportunity came for the tables to turn on each other, I'm not quite sure that we would turn tables on each other. I don't feel that in my gut, but I don't know. That could be interesting storyline.
I wouldn't want it, but
no,
that would be. I would just be baffled with that route.
I know.
You got to have a little fun here. Now, you two was not on a particular episode, but if you were on that wedding episode with the LSD trip, what would you two characters have been doing?
Excuse me. Dancing.
Probably dance. I was like, I hope there was no enemies there.
I'm about to say, I was about to say the F word. Effing.
I might have to go, she has been very disrespectful, and I thought we were done with that.
And listen, Dallas, she's the pop off, as y'all saw, especially the episode where they had us hold up at the club. And Big Dion, everybody's, and she the first one, and somebody get that gun out of my face.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. Like, she's smaller than me, talking about get that gun out of my face. Like, I feel like she could have. I don't know.
If we had a good trip, we'd be dancing. If it was a bad trip, it would have got violent, probably.
Right. I agree.
That sounds about right. That's the way trips work.
and there's that middle area where you could be rolling down the hill like Gustavo. So, you just never know.
We had the best time.
Oh my God. Yes.
I enjoy it. My mother called me the next day and she was like, I was talking because I have a lot of older, like my grandmother's sister. So my grandmother's 101, so still alive in the Bronx. Wow. So we have a visual. So her younger sister is like 90. She's like, Valerie is my mother's name. What was happening in that episode? I think people were on drugs. I have to watch it again. Like, just so confused.
That's so cute.
It was adorable.
There was another tone that went around too, like, yep, that's pretty accurate. That's how it used to be. So oh man. Lucas.
So closing out, what are your final thoughts on this season of Snowfall?
It's the beginning of the end. I think this season set up next season perfectly.
Yeah.
And like you said, I think next season is going to be one of the wildest, because everything has to end. They have to end it. We all know that it's coming to an end. So, I'm setting the expectations high, but I know it's because they're going to deliver and even exceed it. But I think this season, like, it set everything up to unravel.
Yeah.
That was its purpose.
Yeah. The one moment that got me, I have to be honest, when Veronique picks up the phone and she's like, I'm in a bit of a and I'm like, is it her mama? Who is it? And I just love how it's written because it can be anybody. And that's the beauty in the writing. Like, it can be anybody. Where we'll go with Sissy, like, and how Sissy and her connects will help us out. How this, now that Franklin has pulled a gun on Louis.
Yep.
It's just so many. Jerome ain't got time to be mad at us no more.
Not at all.
Find out that Franklin and
check your nephew.
Right.
He said he killed Louis 10 times. He only tried to kill him.
He sure did. He said 10 times over. He sure would. And I don't like that Buckley, that cop. I don't even.
Listen, I'm glad you brought him up, because if it's the first body I want y'all to catch, is that dude. He ain't a cop no more, so he free game. So do what you gotta do.
I like the way you think. You need to talk to the writers.
Right.
All the writers got to do is tune into Black Twitter. They're going to give answers to all of this stuff.
Yep.
Listen, shout out to your audience and to all of the Snowfall fans. I mean, truly, like, we joke, but y'all are so vocal and so show this show so much love. And it is comical at the intense level of love you have for Franklin, no matter what he does,
no matter
how he does it, whether he's wrong or right. I think it's awesome. Just, and getting to be a part of this show and part of the John Singleton legacy is just really, really awesome. So thank you all for having us also.
Absolutely. Listen, I was wondering in this season, I was like, man, next season's the last. This is kind of coasting down. What's the make of this last finale? And this one really hit it out of the park. And man, all the emotions, all the energy, everything. We already know all of the folks of all the social medias are going to be ripping and raving about this one. And at the front catalyst is going to be Franklin, you two, maybe Kane, who knows, but things are going to get crazy. And like you said, with it being the last season, which is kind of actually synonymous with Franklin, he's kind of all in. This is all in for the series. Yeah. Might as well go out and crazy, right?
Yeah, I like that. All in.
Yeah.
Let's do it. But Christine, you already know, you always welcome here. And Taylor, finally, Finally, you join, and we extend the invitation out also to you as well. Always come back. Any project, not just Snowfall. We always keep an eye out on anybody that comes here in their future project. Christine got like a billion different things, and something else you're going to be following back up with soon.
Y'all like somebody auntie at the church. I know
exactly. We synced you. But seriously, we couldn't thank you two enough. As we said, going back into last season when we looked at you two's characters, and with everything that's kind of going on, some episodes got really deep, really heavy. But for two characters that comes in and don't follow those traditional tropes and are really strongly written, comedic relief, but also will catch your body in a heartbeat. Well, there you go. It's our favorite, and you ain't got to listen to us because, like you said, Black Twitter will already tell you that they riding with y'all, and so. Here we go. We in the backseat with Franklin. So where we going?
Yes. I love it.
But absolutely, thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you all both real soon, right?
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching.
Absolutely. Thank y'all tuning in for this interview, folks. We'll catch y'all back next season with more Snowfall.